back inside for our continuing coverage of the World Gymnastics Championships, the event finals. Welcome back, everyone. Robin Roberts, Kathy Johnson-Clark, and Bart Connor along with you. Consider this our halftime report. Svetlana Khorkina got off to a shaky start in the first half, so to speak. She got the crowd's attention for good and bad reasons.
It has been a little bit of a roller coaster ride for Khorkina, though she made the wise choice not to finish the vault in order to protect her body and chances for gold on the bars. She was booed by the audience. Now they love her again as she moves to the beam where she is a favorite. It's going to be interesting, somewhat of a battle between the artists and the acrobats. The routines are vastly different. Some technically precise, some beautifully artistic. We'll see which one pays off.
It'll be fun to see what happens. Bart, there are 3 events left for the men, and I know you have your eye on one in particular.
Yes, Robin, I got to tell you, I cannot wait for the finals in the high bar. Now, because of the new rules requiring a higher level of difficulty than we saw last summer at the Olympics in Atlanta, tonight we're going to see the most outrageous and risky routines ever attempted. Ivankov from Belarus already has 3 medals, but the field is one of the strongest we've ever seen.
We'll get to the high bar in just a bit, but first to the women's balance beam. The beam is just 4 inches wide. Excuse me, we're in Europe, 10 centimeters.
There are 7 special requirements on beam, but let's take a look at a few of them. Gymnasts must perform at least 1 acrobatic or tumbling series, a mixed series which combines acrobatic and dance skills back-to-back, and 1 full turn on 1 foot. Notice when gymnasts perform combinations. If they're able to perform acrobatic or dance and acrobatic elements without a pause in between, they will be maximizing their bonus points.
It's remarkable to see the acrobatic tricks these gymnasts can do on this apparatus. Gina Gogean of Romania celebrating her 20th birthday this week, and she's had a lot to celebrate.
She is truly an acrobat and really designs her routines to hit in competition. She had a tiny little break right after the mount. Cannot afford any more. There is an intensity in beam finals like no other event. It is so quiet, only 1 event going on.
Does it help you concentrate more?
I always liked it. Of course, it always depends on just where you are mentally. Sometimes you like the distraction. And knowing that not all eyes are on you. But most of the gymnasts thrive on that.
They do seem to like a little attention.
Well, she'll get plenty of attention if she can stick the landing of this dismount.
All right.
Excellent job. So we're going to see more artistic routines, and we'll see routines with more difficulty, more spectacular difficulty. If you're solid, you're solid.
She was just a little bit off on this mount. That's a front somersault on, and look there, just a quick balance check.
This routine is the best example of a technically precise routine, well designed to meet the code, and on paper, it's great and it'll score well. But you'll have to compare it with the routines yet to come.
Well, this is what they have to shoot for, a 9.8 by Gina Gogean. Now Elvire Teza of France. She's from Reunion Island off the coast of Africa and trains in Marseille, 5,000 miles away.
Truly the highlight of this balance beam routine is a move named after her. It's called the Teza, and it's pretty crazy. Oh, she's added that since the preliminaries and team competition, trying to get a little bit more difficulty. Here comes the Teza. And don't adjust your set. You saw what you saw.
She meant to do that, right? Kathy, she meant to do that.
Totally crazy.
Ironically, the uneven bars is her best event. She says she hates the balance beam.
I'd hate it too if I had to do that every day.
You only have, what, 4 inches to work with? Less than that.
Another difficult combination. That will certainly earn bonus points.
Yes, Robin, she did that on purpose, too.
You saw my eyes. Oh! Look at her expression!
Didn't you love that?
That's refreshing. Just 16 years old. France is next door, so she's got a lot of fans here.
I have to tell you, there is nothing like that feeling. When you hit a perfect beam routine, one of the best you've ever done, and then nail the dismount, nothing comes close. Now watch this. She added this for this competition. That is incredibly difficult. Now she had a balance break, and the judges will definitely deduct for that. But this is just out of this world. I asked her, what happens if she misses? And she says, you don't want to know. But she rarely ever misses it, thank goodness.
Oh, you hear the whistles from the crowd. 9-6-5-0, hoping for a much higher score. Once upon a time, this is how it was done on the balance beam. Back with more after this. These are the eyes of an artist. Svetlana Khorkina is reminiscent of the gymnasts of the past, focusing as much on the dance as on the acrobatic. Khorkina's excellence in both sets her apart.
When I am preparing, I can dream. And when I dream, I see I am the champion. This is my inspiration.
These dreams have come true. Khorkina owes much of her success to her coach, Boris Pilkin. At 5'4", Khorkina is a giant by gymnast standards. Under the old Soviet system in which Khorkina began her training, most coaches thought her too tall to be coachable. However, persuaded by his wife, Pilkin became Khorkina's coach when she was 5 years old. Together ever since, they moved to the Russian training center where Khorkina lives and practices with the rest of the Russian team. Pilkin is crucial to Khorkina's success, designing the innovative routines that complement her long lines. But it is Khorkina who delivers her performances with distinctive style and insight of an artist. And here is the all-around champ now on the balance beam.
Svetlana has a very high score to have to beat a 9-8. If she stays that steady with the routine she has planned, she could do it.
Remember in the all-around finals, had some trouble on the beam.
Right at this part coming up here. Oh, she added another back handspring down. She's changed it just a little bit for the finals.
Is that common to change your routine for the final?
Sometimes we saw Elvire, Teza add a split jump. They're making sure they get enough bonus points in there. It's critical to have the routine start from a 10. You really don't have a chance otherwise.
Talk about change. Some gymnasts just put on a different leotard for the finals. She even changed the color of her hair since the all-around competition. She does have the flair for the dramatic, doesn't she?
She has really discovered parts of the code of points that work to her benefit.
This routine is spectacular.
Watch this dismount. She usually does it perfectly.
You know, this mount sequence is just amazing. We've seen her do it for the last few years, but I don't know if I've seen her do it better. She connected all the moves so perfectly and so aggressively.
She is truly one of the artists of the beam finalists, even in her acrobatic element. Look at the elegance.
And now her score, 9-7-8-7. So that means Gina Gogean of Romania remains in first place.
Wow, the scoring's a little weird. It's hard to follow here.
It is very